bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker. Welcome to the bunker. This the bunker. Yeah, this the bunker. This the bunker.
Good people, what's up? Let's go. Listen. Woo! Happy Wednesday. We had some technical difficulty. They was not trying to let us be great tonight. Oh, had me sweating. But you know it is about patience. Stream kept saying it's failing. I'm like, you can't be failing. IG, what up? How y'all doing, man? Listen, flat out excited to be here. You tuned into the Breakthrough Bunker. When we don't run from the storm, we learn how to dance in it. I'm your host, Murph, aka Mr. Motivation. And it's a beautiful day. It's snowy where I'm at. It's cold. I hope it's comfortable and cool where you're at. Do remember, every guest on this stage has turned pain into purpose, broken dreams into blueprints for success. Today's guest, Miss Hanifah Brown. Oh man, we're in for a treat. Hold on, I'll be forgetting. Let me get the chat popping. Chat is connected. Shouts out to everybody on the chat. IG, we streaming live on IG, Facebook, what up? Instagram, what up? Tick Tizzle, we here. Listen, she's not just elevating leaders. She's upgrading the way we think. Meet Hanifah Brown, a high-performance strategist who blends neuroscience, transformational psychology, and real-world business leadership. With 20 plus years experience across financial services, commercial real estate, Hanifah helps top-tier entrepreneurs break through mental blocks, fatigue, and burnout, guiding them into clarity, creativity, and next-level performance. Her coaching program, NeuroEdge, which we will learn a lot about soon, is where psychology meets precision, where success stops being heavy and starts becoming aligned. This episode is for anyone ready to sharpen their mind, elevate their habits, and lead from a higher level of self-awareness. Oh, I am excited for this one. Before we bring Miss Hanifah out, we're going to do 3, 2, 1 with Murph, where I share 3 thoughts, 2 quotes, and 1 thought or prompt I have for you, the listener or viewer. I got someone. Is that my girl? Why you ain't show up for the reunion? What reunion you talk about, girl? IGA, they already started. Matter of fact, before we do a 3, 2, 1, let's show some love, man. You know it's the Brooklyn way. I'm gonna take Miss Hanifah joint down for a whole second. We're gonna show some love to our sponsor. Shout out Legend Legacy. Shout out to Legend Legacy, empowering young men to lead with discipline, character, and purpose. They're shaping future leaders one life at a time. Tap into www.legendlegacy.org to learn more and support the mission. Shouts out to the big homie leading the way, Mr. Ron Waddell. Double salute, my G. Double salute. And you know we got we have our premier partner spotlight. Salute to our premier partner, 8 Ball Inc. Or 8 Ball Energy, right? The powerhouse brand fueling bold moves and bigger ambition, from legendary energy shots to culture-driven style. They help you level up your grind. Visit 8ballinc.com and use the code Mr. M, ship free for shipping, and lock that in to elevate. All right, I'm gonna let that sit there for a while so you can, tap in. 3 thoughts I'm having. Shouts out to Alpha 577. Whore, a seance. Precision is a superpower. Now, most people don't fail from lack of effort. They fail from lack of clarity. Whether it's your goal, your vision, you gotta be super clear, and especially if you're leading others. That clarity has to be like just across the board. Two, you can't outperform what you don't understand about yourself. And we're gonna dive into this a lot because our teammate talks a lot about just the self-awareness component. I was on a podcast last night. Shouts out to my man Donato, talking with Donato, and we touched on this a lot. Self-awareness, even the precision aspect, being intentional. So I can't wait to unpack that with Ms. Brown tonight. 3, burnout isn't a sign of weakness, but a sign of misalignment. It's a sign of misalignment. When your internal world is cluttered, your external results collapse. 2 quotes. You know what, man? I love me some quotes. 2 quotes. 1, a higher level of awareness always precedes a higher level of achievement. A higher level of awareness always precedes a higher level of achievement. You can't scale a business with a mind stuck in survival mode. You can't scale a business with a mind stuck in survival mode. Number 2, the mind makes a terrible master, but an incredible servant. David Foster Wallace. The mind makes it a terrible master, but an incredible servant. And one of the things Ms. Brown speaks about is just that mindset component, but on a different level. Talking about that subconscious level. Man, I can't wait to get her talking. One reflective prompt. What outdated belief, identity, or habit is blocking your next level, and what will happen if you finally released it? I'm gonna say that again. What is an outdated belief or identity or habit that's blocking your next level, and what will happen if you finally released it? What would happen if you finally released it? All right. Shouts out to IG. Josh, what up? Before we bring her out, let me tell you a little more about her. Someone who's redefining what it means to be successful from the inside out. Ms. Brown is a commercial real estate broker with more than a decade of high-level experience, but that's only half of her genius. With 9 years in the financial service and a degree in transformational psychology, she has made it her mission to help top performers break out of autopilot, dissolve mental blocks, and reconnect with their inner power. Her program, NeuroEdge, fuses neuroscience, psychology, physiology, and identity work, teaching leaders how to shift from survival patterns to conscious, aligned action. She helps entrepreneurs sharpen clarity, regain momentum, and operate at a level of excellence that feels sustainable, intentional, and elevated. She doesn't just coach the mind, she recalibrates the entire human operating system. Please help me welcome to the stage, our virtual stage. Oh, let me get her now. Let me get this 8-ball. I love you, but I gotta bring my girl out. Hold on now. There we go. Bam! Miss Hanifah Brown. What up, girl?
Hey, Mer, how are you?
Oh man, moving and shaking. It's been nonstop. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, so I teach on Wednesday, 2 classes, kid pick up, drop off, all the things. But I was this is the highlight of the day. We haven't connected in a bit, and now we get to just unpack all things. We had difficulty, so I didn't even get to brief you in the green room. So we're gonna make it work. So tell the people how you know Murph.
Oh, I was hoping you were going to do the introduction. Gosh, we met. It has to have been at least 8 years now, right, Murph? Am I wrong?
No, that's about right. Yep.
Yeah, I would say about 8 years ago, and I met you in Barbados.
Yes. Clap over time. Was it right?
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's wild. You know, it's funny. A lot of people don't even know about my Barbados crop over, so soca life. I'm gonna slowly infuse that into what I'll be talking about on here. So when last time you went back to Barbados?
I have I haven't been back in about 5 years. It's been a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now you based in Arizona, from Boston,
Yeah.
by way of, I know you got the Caribbean roots.
Yeah, of course my mom is Trini.
Trini Master, big
And
up yourself.
that's but so it's definitely island vibes here.
I love it. I love it. Island vibes. I'll be just in the chat. Don't pay me no mind. So you got a lot of titles, did a lot of things. Let's start. Who was Hanifah growing up? What was you like?
Oh gosh, who was I growing up? I am one of a large family, I'll tell you that. I have a lot of siblings, and I was definitely quite the tomboy growing up, like the explorer, but very independent. I didn't have
Hmm.
an issue with anything on my own. I would just go off and play by myself. In my head, I was like Dora the Explorer before the show came out. I was always
Yeah.
on some adventure, and I've always had a wild imagination, which has actually helped me today, um, because I've been able to use that imagination to foresee certain things that I want, and use that to draw it into my life, along with applied work. So,
Check.
mhm.
Man. So growing up, did you who'd you look up to?
I would say, uh, growing up, I absolutely look up to my dad. He was so motivational for me because um, I've never seen him work for anybody in my entire life. He's always been an entrepreneur. And I
Mm,
would hear on the phone, like taking calls. I'd be standing outside his office, or I'd go inside his office and just listening to him negotiate. I think that's
mm,
really a lot of my negotiation skills to this day. And now, as I've come into adulthood and I evaluate my life from where where I became conscious and aware of what I was actually doing up until this point, I see that a lot of my root and instilled values really come from my mom. So, mindset
mm,
is everything. And if it wasn't for her, honestly, I would probably be on a different trajectory. She really understood me, and it's amazing because, of course, when you're growing up, right, you're hearing all these certain things that your parents try to instill in you. It sounds like, oh, they're being strict, and but the values she gave me,
mm.
I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's really been foundational for me.
What's
So,
one of the top values that you would say you lean on or have leaned on?
just being moral. I know everyone talks about the golden rule, but I feel like that is probably the best the best thing I've ever been able to apply to my life is you just treat people the way you want to be treated. If you
Mm,
follow that, and you have the ethics, like you can't go wrong no matter what circumstance you're in. Even if it
mm,
feels like, if I choose this route, it may not work out for the best. Maybe it's not, in favor of you. In the long run, you'll always be okay as long as you
mm.
treat people that you want to be treated. Yeah.
Did you grow up both parents in the household, single parent household?
Um, both parents in the household up to a certain point.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, it was a little mixture of both.
Check, check.
Yeah,
So how did you're a parent, right? You're my daughter.
I am. I'm a mother.
How old's your daughter?
I have a 19-year-old daughter. I'm grown, Murph.
Listen,
I'm grown.
listen. I'm not even go there, but hold on. I'm gonna have to call you in a few years. Mine is 9 going on 19. I need some advice.
Yeah,
Wow.
so interesting. even I look at it myself sometimes and I'm like, I look at my daughter and I'm like, I don't even know how I got here. It blows my mind sometimes, but yeah.
So I
It's
got
beautiful.
viewers and listeners. What advice as a mom, 19 years in the paint? What's some best advice you can give them?
As a mother, just patience. Patience is will take you the furthest. Of course, there are certain things that we want to you look at your own life circumstances. If I'm speaking from my own lens, right? Um, and as life happens, you learn certain things. Like if you do this or you prevent this, then this will not happen. So
Mm,
as you see and grow and develop into their own person, there are certain advice that you want to give them, right? To say, hey, watch out for this or don't do this, stay away from that. But
mm,
sometimes you truly, truly just have to be patient and allowing them their own process and give them the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes it's like, hey, you absolutely have to step in, but at
mhm.
a certain point, you definitely have to have patience, trust that at the end of the day, everything's gonna be okay.
Listen, it's funny, but so my daughter we was talking, and I was saying like, baby, daddy be trying to pour into you, give you all the game, so you can
Mhm.
sidestep these landmines. And she's like, daddy, you gotta let me live my life though, Hanifa. I'm like, God, I just need you to. And I'm like, you're right. So you're right. They gotta, do their own thing.
I
Um,
do.
which one of your parents influence as a parent influenced how you parent?
Ooh. Okay, so I would say it's been a mixture. So, um, when my daughter was younger, because I was a young parent, right? So I
Mhm.
still had a lot of that memory of the way I was raised.
Sure.
And so foundationally, I feel like I was a bit more strict on her, just with
Mm,
rules, do this, and there was a lot of structure there. As I've grown and I've matured as, like an adult and as a parent, I've really the route of more so moving into the way my dad has always parented, which was providing advice, but also allowing space for us to be who we need to be. Like it's
mhm.
really and I
Wow.
never thought I'd say that, to be honest with you. But it's the reality. Yeah, so I've definitely had a combination of both, but it's been at different points in my life depending on
Mm.
my growth cycle.
Check, check. No, I appreciate that. That's interesting. So patience, 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 patience. I like that. Now, how do you do it though? So like you got parenthood. I mean, all the things you do, real estate, coaching. How do you find balance as a mom?
Oh gosh, it's easy now. She's 19. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here.
She's so autopilot. Okay, so back up. So you got.
Anything, I'm calling her. I'm like, can we do this? She's like, yeah, I'm busy. So I have time.
I'm
I'll
not
say
even
that.
ready for that conversation. Um,
Yeah,
sheesh.
but no, that's my girl. That's my girl. It really is important to have people always use the term work-life balance, but I don't know how realistic that is.
Mhm.
But really being mindful, right? Of although there's the obvious need to make money, we live in a material world, right? Like you need money in order to pay your bills, but then also just having that system of checks and balances to make sure you're staying in touch, staying connected with the people you care about, and being able to provide that just that balance with your personal relationships, maintaining that. So
Okay. So let's pivot. One of the things I love to do when I bring guests on is what you promoting, what you building, what can we support? Talk to us about. I know of NeuroEdge.
yeah.
Talk us through that.
So
What's that? Yeah.
so NeuroEdge is my coaching program. So obviously, you know me to do commercial real estate. So my coaching program is really geared towards anyone in the financial sector or real estate sector. that is already an established entrepreneur or already has their business established, and they've come across obstacles that have hindered the growth. So, anybody who's an entrepreneur knows at a certain trajectory in your business, maybe sometimes things start to taper off, and either you can overcome that obstacle or sometimes it kind of just plateaus out. So there's always a metaphysical reason for any type of physical circumstance that we have. So my process really focuses on not just the actual performance, looking at KPIs and looking at performance of the business or whatever obstacles there may be, but actually addressing any subconscious blocks that there
Mm.
may be growing past a certain level. So NeuroEdge focuses on mindset. It's very holistic, and I integrate that into the real world experience of what they're doing in their business to help overcome obstacles and help them to scale their business.
So many thoughts and questions. Okay, so what's your undergrad in? Your undergrad is in transformational psychology. Okay. How'd you even choose that? Like, how'd you get to that?
I think just in doing a lot of personal work for myself,
Hmm.
uh, just doing the personal work, it kind of led me down a path of delving deeper into the psyche, and then just realizing at a certain point that that's where my passion was. I'm like, more
Hmm.
people know this. How can I get this out here? Right? Like, I need to share this information. I felt like it was so transformational for myself, just with everything that I had been through in my life,
Yeah.
up to where I had actually found, what I found. And I feel like in our world, even in our communities, a lot of us don't get exposed necessarily to that world. So I just
Right.
want to be able to platform where um, I'm integrating real life
Hmm.
business,
Hmm.
transformational psychology aspect of things to help people grow inward and reflect that outward in their business as well.
So I'm gonna come back to that. I got they might be on tonight. Some of my students teach first year experience, and I have straight out of high school first year or started college, took time off, came back, or started college, took a lot of time off. What advice or insight would you give them to someone that's in college now, starting over or starting and just unsure of what to major in or what career path to take?
That's a good question. I would say, first of all, it's absolutely.
Wait, honey, if you can hear me?
I'm sorry, can you hear me okay?
Okay, now you back. Now you back. Start over. Don't
Oh,
fight
okay.
me.
Okay. So I would say that, first of all, to understand that life is a continuing cycle of growth, right? So it's never too late to start. Some people feel like, oh, well, I've already spent this much time doing this. And they feel like, maybe it's too late to change the trajectory, but we never will learn it all, right? There's
Hmm.
always there's always something new that we can do to help ourselves and help other people. And when it
Hmm.
comes down to putting down on purpose, I always advise, you know, find yourself looking in the direction of what it is that you truly, truly, truly enjoy doing. Like, what gives you joy, right? At some point, we all look up and it's like, okay, well, when I helped that person yesterday do this, it made me feel really good. Or when I do this activity, a certain activity, it makes them feel really good. You have to really reflect on your day to day activities, your week, your month, and draw out that main point of focus that gives you the most joy and study that. There's a niche for everyone. And so
Hmm.
your purpose will be found in your joy, whatever it is that makes you happy, whatever it is that gives you the energy to want to do more of that.
I like that. I like that. Passions, joy. Super random. Do you serve on any boards?
Yeah, I'm on the board of the 100 Club. The 100 Club here in Arizona. They're actually a national organization, but it's for first responders. So like your firefighters,
Mhm.
police officers. They provide scholarships to. It could be a fallen officer. It could be scholarships to the children who are left, without possibly a family member, or to the spouse of a fallen loved one, who's a
Mhm.
first responder.
Sure.
Additionally, board of the Association of Medical Facilities Professionals because I do commercial real estate.
Mhm.
So just in the healthcare office sector, being able to um, connect and network with a lot of the contractors, the architects. So solid organization.
Would you advise board service?
Absolutely.
Mhm. Mhm.
I I definitely advise board service. Your When it comes to work professionally, I feel like that longstanding quote of your net worth is as strong as your network, like it's really true. And so when you put hours of service towards a certain organization or towards a certain cause, it's you reap what you sow. Eventually, that'll
Mhm.
come back to you, even if it's like you genuinely want to help for a specific cause. You never know when that will feed back into whatever it is that you're looking to do later on in the future.
Mhm.
So,
You talked about, thank you for that. So I mean, I never even knew about board service, right? Till I was like 30, and I was in the mall headed to a big event in DC, and I was just because I don't even do the malls like that. And this lady, it was Habitat table, and she called me over, and I'm listening. She's the executive director, and I was just like, wow, what do you do? And fast forward, I sat on that board and Leash from Lancaster, some city boards. That's where the decisions that impact the community happen at the board level.
yeah,
So,
it is.
like to Hanifah's point, if there's something you passionate about, animals, children, housing, there's a board, there's a nonprofit for that, and you can, I always say
Yep.
you can give the three T's: your time, your treasures, and your talents, and you can go sit on a board and really have real impact.
Right.
So shouts out to board service. Hanifa, you touched on commercial real estate, so I'm super. I'm it's this my world. Why commercial, or did you do both, or did you do residential?
Yeah, no, I started in residential in 2014. I did quite a bit in wholesaling, which
Mhm.
doesn't require license for
Yeah.
anyone who's interested in that aspect of real estate. But I was licensed the entire time. So I did a bit of wholesaling on the residential side. I have done luxury real estate on the residential side, which was a really, really great experience. I enjoyed that. And that's when I transitioned over to commercial real estate. Um, Both two great lines of, but also they're very different. They're very
Mhm.
different. Residential is geared obviously towards homeowners. So there's
Yeah.
a very emotional component that's tied into the success of your business.
Mhm.
The reason like commercial real estate is because it really lends more so to the business structure and the analytics, right? Either the margins work for a deal or it doesn't.
Mhm.
So
It's
yeah,
cut
a
and
deal
dry.
is filled because someone doesn't feel the energy of what's going on over
Right.
here,
Right.
or some minute character that could potentially be modified other words. So I
Mhm.
really the black and white factor of it.
Yeah, it's all about the numbers. Now,
Hmm.
I got some people that's gonna be tapping in. Actually, I was just talking to one of my young mentees about getting into real estate. What advice would you have someone who's just, I want to do real estate? What's my next steps?
Yeah. First of all, if it's something that you truly want to do, absolutely go for it.
Mm,
Real estate is amazing. I mean, I've done it for the past 11 years of my life and I love
mhm,
it. There's a reason why I haven't quit, right? It's you, I feel like you really have to have a passion though for wanting to help people because
mm,
it's a uh energy driven business, you have to be highly motivated. You
Mm,
have to be motivated. Right? It's something that essentially, if you are working as a sales agent or a broker, the business that you garner is going to be based off of what it is that you can draw in. So you'll
mm,
constantly working towards the business, and you can't
mm.
really let up, but you know, your
Right.
feet on the gas unless you decide to expand, um, have a brokerage, or even
Mhm.
go the way that I always recommend if you get into real estate, eventually becoming an investor, right? Like putting that money back into your business so that you can start making money without having
Do the
to
work.
continue.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So,
it's a
so
great one. I recommend.
highly recommend. Good. So, those is tapping in real estate. Way to go. Now you said real estate agent versus broker. There's an order of operation. You gotta be agent first.
Yeah, depending on the state that you're in, you have to have a sales agent license for so many years
Okay.
without any instances or lawsuits,
Yeah.
or claims, insurance before you can apply, take the classes, and become a broker. So it's just the
Okay.
next level. Hmm.
Now, your real estate journey started after your finance because you have background in finance, underwriting. So you did that first and then went into real estate.
I did, yeah. Believe it or not, I started when I was 18 in the mortgage industry. I started off at Wells Fargo Home Mortgage as uh,
Mm,
a head specialist. So I was just looking at settlement statements, checking to verify facts or figures. Super easy, but that's how I got my foot in the door.
yeah.
I literally just worked my way up, right? Like I am a avid learner. I pay attention to detail and I learn just from watching people. So I knew
Hmm.
at some point, oh, this is great, but I couldn't stay there. So then I moved on to processing, moved on to underwriting, eventually underwriting QA, where you're basically the analyst for the underwriters. And then I was like, you know what? I wonder like what it would be like to have my real estate license. And it was a wrap from there.
Well, where do you think
Like
this your inner
I
drive comes from?
um I've always had a lot of energy and I've always been an avid learner. Like I'm
Okay.
constantly um refreshing what it is that I know today, right? Um I don't know. I have like this insatiable drive for knowledge and information. To be honest with
Mm,
you, I don't even know where I get it from. Like I just I feel like learning is one of the best things ever. Like picking up new information, like it's always excited me. And
mm,
so one certain level in my business, I'm always looking for that next factor. Like, okay, how can I do better? What can I do to scale this or grow this? Like it just feels good,
yeah,
to
yeah,
be in growth rather than
yeah.
flatlining. For me, at least, may not be for everyone. Some people are just like, you know what? I've been able to do this and I'm happy with that. And that's
Mhm.
beautiful, right? So I
Indeed.
just really enjoy the idea of constantly learning and picking up new and exciting things.
So
I
I, I'm
like
gonna I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say you're a reader. What's 2 or 3 books you recommend?
Um, so one of my favorite books was recommended by one of my mentors, and this book is called In Search of the Miraculous by P.D. Auspinski. Mind blowing. Is honestly a different type of material. It's more so esoteric information, so it really is centered on any type of inward work versus outward, and that lends back to psychology, right? So
Hmm,
anything
hmm.
psychology driven really gets me motivated. But this specific book discusses how basically man or woman is basically born into a system of a certain paradigm. And we have to go through certain processes on our own of an internal evolution in order to break out of the cycle of the paradigm in which we're born to
Mm,
really be our true selves and fulfill our purpose in life. It's so powerful. Like read this book 3 times. I'm reading it for a fourth time. And every time I read it, I swear I pick up something new because
Mm.
the content is so profound. And they're so profound and so mind opening that the first time you read it, you can only absorb as much information that you've been exposed to, if that makes sense. So as I
Mhm.
go back a second time, I understand it differently, right? Because
Right.
now I have a heightened awareness of the
Mhm.
amount of information that I previously knew. It's powerful, very deep. Favorite,
Well,
favorite book, hands
I
down.
just added it to my cart, so I'll be picking that up tonight. There's one book I've been reading, Becoming Supernatural, Dr. Dispenza. Um,
Yes, I love Dr. Dispenza.
yeah, so I recently got tapped into him from reading something else. It popped in. I just got curious. And I think that speaks to what Mr. Hanifa said. You gotta get curious, y'all. Like I'm on this journey of self-mastery. Like I have to get better. That's why I talk to certain people that we operate at certain frequencies and we draw from each other, and then you like, oh, I gotta go study this. So I'm encourage y'all really tap into this these nuggets she's dropping. Uh Matthew, peace, brother, peace. What's good? Shouts out to IG. So Miss Hanifa, let's go. So we were in corporate, dare I say, with finance, mortgage, and then you spun into entrepreneurship.
Yep.
What triggered that?
I to be honest with you, um, wow, this is deep, but growing up, I, I always thought I was going to be a naturopathic doctor, right? I always thought I was going to be a naturopath. So I had a different trajectory initially in my own mind of where I wanted to be. And one of my mom's best friends, she was a realtor, phenomenal, super successful. This is when I was in high school. I would help with her children, and she would always say, Hanifa, you will be so good as a real estate agent. She was like, you should get your license, and
Mm,
I'll mentor you. You should be my mentee. And I would always tell her, like, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. But I'm gonna be a doctor. I always told her that. I was like, that's so sweet of you. I was like, yeah, no. Right? Like, thank you
mm,
though. Thank you. Let me just go over here and finish what I was doing. I couldn't tell you how many times she told me that growing up. And then of course my own life happened. Here I am in the mortgage industry, and this woman, family friend, she ended up passing away. And
mm. Condolences.
yeah, it was interesting because, life happens and you continue to do the things that you do. And then one day I had a moment where I literally woke up. I was at work, came home, made dinner, and then the thought just popped up in my head. This is maybe 2 years later.
Mm,
And I literally had the thought, I wonder how much it costs to get a real estate license.
mm,
Now, mind you, I've pondered this because people always ask, like, how did you get into real estate? How did you get into real estate? And honestly, I used to say all the time, I don't know. I just thought maybe one day I should see, how
mm,
much it costs to get a real estate license. But the reality is, when I look back at it and I started to analyze, I'm like, she had drilled in me so many times, you would be good. You would be good. You'd be good.
mm,
And then I thought back, I'm like, was that like an insight or a gift, right? Like from
mhm,
a loved one who passed away. Whatever the reason was, that I really tie it back to, like, the motivation, because I looked at her and saw how driven she was, and she used to say, come, just come sit over here and listen to this call. And I used to be like, yeah, you know what I mean? But I would hear her negotiate.
right.
And when I look at it in retrospect, I'm like, I literally got all of my techniques from her. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
eyes at how life works and how you think, you're going through a certain process, but when you really look back, it's usually attributed to something else that was a large influence. And
Mm,
it's so interesting because only through questions like that did I start to analyze how I really
Hmm.
picked it up.
Hmm. You like reflect, like how did I,
I had to reflect because I'm
Yeah.
like, on the surface, I would like to say it was my own idea, right? Which, sure.
Yeah.
But when I look back at it, I'm like, I had so many seeds inserted in my mind. So, and that's another
Mm.
thing we can talk about later. People planting seeds in your brain.
Yeah, yeah. No, let's
Anyway,
go.
that's another
That's
podcast.
part two. That's part two, y'all. Because a lot of time, like, you just never know where the message is coming from. The messenger looks strange. You like, oh, that
Yep,
ain't it. And then when you look back, say, wait,
yep.
this was a thing.
Marketing, suggestion, we're
Yes.
all influenced by it. We're all influenced by it. Yep.
Oh man. Hey, growing up, what was your relationship with money?
I would say my relationship with money was very detached. So I come from a large family, and it was in my mind, asking for something and being told no or we don't have it was
Mm,
like normal for me. It was
mhm.
like, okay, whatever. To the point where you just stop asking, right? Because you already know the answer.
Right.
Or at least I did. I already knew how that was gonna go. So, I would say growing up, that initial relationship probably wasn't the strongest because my subconscious mind told me like, "Hey, it's not there. Don't even bother. Don't."
Mm, mhm,
Um, as I grew into my own person, I would say as a young adult, I learned very quickly the value of money, and I also learned that nothing is permanent. You're able to change your circumstances depending on the amount of effort that you put in.
mm. Powerful stuff. Powerful
Yeah.
stuff. Nothing is permanent. Love that.
Mhm.
Man. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a whole nother path we could go down. But yeah, I was curious. I
Wow.
was
Part
curious.
two on this.
Yeah, we definitely. It's funny. I was on a podcast last week, and we was talking, and the hour flew by, and he was just like, "Hey, Murph, I got to bring you back." And I was like, "Oh, for part two, okay." One podcast I did was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and
Oh
I
my
it
goodness.
was scheduled for two. And I'm thinking,
Oh
what
my
we gonna
God.
do about 2 hours? Hanifah,
2 hours is like a long time. Yeah.
we was it was just bro. I'm sure me and you could talk 2 hours. It just was go. It was cool. It was a Navy. I was really excited about that. What would if you look back, 18-year-old you, what would she be most proud of or surprised about? How you turned out in life?
Oh man. Ooh, that's a really good question. I feel like 18-year-old me. Ooh, I would have never expected, to be honest, that I would be on the path that I am on now. I had certain expectations for myself, and I've always been a visionary. Always. I've
Hmm.
always had extremely high expectations for myself, but this is a complete different trajectory from what I myself envisioned.
Hmm.
So I don't know if this necessarily answers your question, but it does tie back to the value that as long as you have faith and you believe in, a higher purpose, a higher cause, or God, and you allow yourself to be utilized for the best and highest good, no matter what, like that purpose will be fulfilled, right? So
Hmm.
sometimes we it a certain way for ourselves, but if you allow yourself, if you surrender and allow yourself to be utilized for the best and highest
Hmm.
purpose, you'll be surprised at how that shows up.
Hmm. 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 Did you are you a Toastmaster?
I'm not.
Okay. For y'all that don't know, Toastmasters, it's like a speaking club. I've been to a couple of them. I'm not a member though, but what what moment break down or break through shaped your path?
Oh, really? This
You
one is
peeling like
deep.
onions, yeah.
It's so interesting because, okay, here's the answer. I feel like when I look at my life, And I even compare it to my siblings who have had the exact same upbringing as me, same
Mhm.
household, same parents. Um, I feel like what really modified the trajectory of my path is I personally,
Jordan, what up?
sorry about that.
Yeah.
I personally had to deal with a lot of death growing up. It,
Mm.
the reason why I prefaced it that way is because it was death from people who were close to me personally and not necessarily my siblings. Um, like I mentioned, my mom's
Mhm.
friend who I happened to be close with because I, helped her. And
Mhm.
um, when I was 27 years old, my best friend
Mm.
passed away in a tragic, it was like a freak accident.
Man.
And I would absolutely attribute that to a shift in who I am today because I think seeing that and how fragile life was, um, it really molded my perception on what was important in life.
Mhm.
And if you really want to get raw, if you want me to give you like the real without giving you like the fluffy, like, oh,
Please. Yeah.
okay. The reality is when that happened, it spun me into a major depression. I was very depressed
Mm.
because I believe that such a beautiful, such a good person, like something like that could happen to them. It crushed me. And so in that experience, I had to anchor myself to something. And so I've always grown up with religion. I've always grown up with God. I grew up Muslim, by the way. And so I've always had that foundation. But when that happened, I had to really, really go within and search and try to anchor to something because I was like, this can't be right. Like
Mm.
if like this doesn't seem right to me.
Mhm.
So in that grasping to try to reconnect really strongly with God to understand. I also went into meditation in order to allow myself peace of mind. I had to calm
Mm.
and really center. And in that, it completely modified the person that I am today. Absolutely. And that was 100% the catalyst for it.
Um, condolences and thank you for sharing.
Thank you. We're,
Um,
we're, we're going crazy now. See that?
yeah, yeah. The phone's like I can't handle it, it's too heavy. Oh man. So I'll wait till you. I'll make sure you're good.
Okay. Let me get this situated here.
Uh,
Yeah, even the
now,
like, ooh, that was heavy.
no, yeah, the phone's like quit playing, girl. So now I've dealt with loss too throughout life. Um, not like to that extent, to that age and that close. But like I was just talking about this the other day. Actually, it was supposed to be an event we was going to today. They rescheduled because I guess because of the snowstorm. Dealing about grief though, how you deal with grief. Do you think the meditation process was part of your grief journey? How you dealt with it?
Yes, because uh I definitely closed myself off
Mm,
um in that process, and that to a certain extent became unhealthy. Because I feel like there's a certain level of connection that's important for every human being. And
mm,
because um, I was so hurt by the process, um, I just naturally went inward. And then I had to find something that would allow me to relieve my mind, if that made
right,
sense.
right.
And so That's really how I found meditation. It was just to, regulate my nervous system
Mm,
and back in my body. And so when I was able to do that, and then I was able to come out of my depression, I really sought benefit in meditation. And still to this day, I meditate every day, even if it's 5 minutes. I'll do
mm,
5 meditation. Sometimes I'll do 10 minutes. It doesn't have to be long and excessive, but it
right.
really trains the nervous system. It regulates the nervous system and it prefaces you for how you're going to go about your day. So I always try to get up a little bit earlier so that I can ensure I get my meditation in, because
Mm-hmm.
that means the difference between how we react if there's an unfortunate circumstance. So you have like a tire blowout, right? Like without the meditation, it's like, but with it, you start with a regulated nervous system. So
Mm,
if there's something that
mm,
happens, okay, you know, we'll
mm.
figure this out. There's already a center there. You're already grounded somewhat. So, and that's just life, right?
Yeah, yeah.
A grounded center changes the game when you start your day and go about your day. So,
Hanifa's done a lot in life. What is she most proud of?
um, I'm most proud of, it's gonna sound crazy, but I'm most proud of my daughter. And the reason
Mm,
why is because I have grappled with a level of being a perfectionist and trying to have control over not other people, but my own circumstances. And
mhm,
so a part of that patience that I spoke of in the beginning and having patience with our children and allowing them their own process. Once I realized, like, I have to let up and have faith that, I gave her the foundation as I see her
mm.
grow into like a beautiful adult. I'm just so impressed. I'm like, I love this girl. She's
Right,
so, I'm so proud
right.
of her. I don't know. I love her.
No, I love that. I
She has a
love that.
beautiful heart. And she's very smart. So I'm just proud of her.
What trajectory is she on, professional wise?
Yeah, so she goes to the Pima Medical Institute. So she's studying veterinarian science. She wants to be a veterinarian. She's always said it from the time that she was a little girl. I mean, Dr. Doolittle, this girl's had African
Well,
Indian ringnecks, hamsters, snakes, which is crazy, like like crazy stuff that I just was like, this is insane. But she's
oh,
always made me, I want to help animals. I want to make, help animals. Here she is 19 and she's still on the path, which is
mm,
great because even I changed my path, right? But
mhm.
she's consistent. I'm like, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I'm happy for her.
What year is she?
This is her second year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I gotta introduce you to and her to Patients Are Waiting. It's a nonprofit focused on increasing diversity in medicine. Um,
Oh,
so
okay.
I think she need to tap in with them like ASAP. I'll share that with you.
Oh, thank you.
Forefront. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A few more questions and we're gonna wrap up. I know you got a lot of things to do, but it's early where you at, so the sun's still
It is
hot.
early here.
Um,
I'm actually at the commercial real estate conference. That's why I'm in this area.
right,
I just
right.
had to find an area that had the least amount of traffic so I could get back
Nah,
out there.
it looks
Always
good.
working.
It's
Man,
working. It's working. What's something you learned from failure that success couldn't teach you?
what I learned from failure, which is beautiful, is everything that I don't want. So in failure, you learn contrast. Sometimes it helps you to clarify what you really do want. Like when you, for example, if you go to a restaurant and it's like, well, what do I want to eat today? Unless you know that you go to an Italian restaurant and you're like, hey, I know that the eggplant parmesan isn't good here. Right? Like that was a fail for me. They're looking for me, Murph.
Uh-oh. All right, all right, all right.
Oh, that's okay.
Two more,
So
two
just
more.
having contrast and not in failing and not in knowing what I don't want, it allowed me to clarify what it is that I do want for my life. and
Mm.
what's acceptable. It could be a relationship, it could be work, it could be anything. The
Check.
contrast is important. It's so important.
Mm. I received that. I received that. Man, we definitely want to do part two, but
I'm happy to. Yeah, I
we
feel like I could delve into a lot with you, and I want to go deep next time.
yes, yes, and we're coordinating. Yes. Last question. Not TikTok. IG. What up? We got one more question, and you may have said this already, but it may be a more specific thing. Whose wisdom has stuck with you? It could be a person, a principle, a powerful teaching, or a quote. Whose wisdom has stuck with you?
Hmm. God, I would just have to say my mom.
Okay, okay. We'll take it.
I'm someone who loves quotes, so there's so many good ones. But foundationally, the voice that when you ask me that question that I
Mhm,
hear often is definitely my mom. She was a pillar for a lot of things that I express today,
mhm,
and I'm really grateful for it because, like I said, in hindsight, when you're younger, you try to like, yes, yes, okay, okay, okay. But now that I'm older, I'm like, man, she was so right. She was right.
mm. I'm gonna play this clip right here for my daughter. Hey, listen to this, Hanifah. Oh
Yeah, she was
man,
right about a lot of things. It's amazing. Yeah.
no, I
So
appreciate, I appreciate that.
gratitude gratitude for that.
Yeah, shouts out to Mom Dukes and all the parents that look to impart wisdom on the kids, even though they're ready to receive it or not. Um, but man, this was fun. Any closing thoughts? You want to share any thoughts? Any insight with the
Uh,
people?
Yeah, I just want to say that I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. It's a beautiful platform. I'm so proud of you. So happy to see what it is that you're doing to spread light in the community, give motivation
Mm-hmm.
uh, to the young generation and,
Yeah,
colleagues. Like, this
yeah.
is beautiful. Excited for you. Excited to see your process and your journey. And I look forward to coming back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Definitely, definitely. Well, thank you, Miss Brown. And we'll be sharing. This is already live, so it's out, but we'll chop it up and tag you and all the things so we can keep supporting each other. All right.
Thank you. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you.
All right, Don. Me too. Enjoy the conference.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye, Miss Hanifa. I'll hit you up probably this weekend and we'll chop it up. All right. IG, what up? Wow, Miss Hanifah Brown. Listen, we ain't even, man, so much more we need to unpack. But we got it in. We got in that power hour or so ish. Um, I hope that was good for y'all, man. I definitely had fun. Hold on, talking with Miss Hanifah. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Oh man. Well, good people. Mm. It pains me, but that's a wrap. Listen, if this spoke to your spirit, share it forward. Somebody out there needs that reminder today. Take a moment to reflect on our 3, 2, 1, and remember one bold step forward beats standing still. All right, let's stay connected. Let's keep building. Let me get this ticker going. Follow me on all the things. Oh wait, hold on. Follow me on all the channels, IG, TikTok. Subscribe to our Substack for our weekly dose of motivation, inspiration. Grab your copy of Unbreakable Valor, Triumph through the Soul of Resilience. We ain't even tap in. I think actually Miss Anita, she has a copy. I think I said a copy. Yeah, so I wanted to get her into her thoughts on that. But grab your copy. Coming 2026, Men's Mentorship Collective. 2026 Men's Mentorship Collective. Fellas, Are you feeling stuck? Are you stalling? Are you starting over? We will be building clarity, confidence, and consistency using the 5M formula for success: mindset, motivation, money management, and massive movement to break cycles, build wealth, and lead with resilience. All right, fellas, if that's you or someone you know, tap in, hit me on email, hello@mr-motivation.com, right? And join the early interest list. That form should be in our bio. Don't forget to subscribe to our Breakthrough Bunker Breakthrough Bunker newsletter. And just keep tapping in, man. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with a friend. Like all the things. Comment on anything that moves you. Miss Hanifah dropped some gems. She gave me a book I'm about to go buy. I'm already reading like 6 books right now. To me, it's like it's channels on the TV. I just change when I want to, tap into a different frequency with my books. So that's it for now, man. Listen, stay resilient, and do remember, good people, you already know it's all about you.
I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping clubs. No taking L's, we getting dubs. I put it on my hood grown, NY, Brownsville, Bed-Stuy. I done came from the lowest low, still walk with my head high. All my life, I've been through it. Made it out, and I'm getting to it. Can't tell me I didn't do it. No passing L's, we skipping